Jessica in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. Hey, Jessica, welcome to EntreLeadership. What's up?
Hi, Dave. Thanks for taking my call.
Sure.
I'm excited to talk to you today, especially from the insights that we've gained from EntreLeadership in the past. I'm sure you'll have some good tips for me.
I'll give it a shot.
So my husband and I run a luxury pheasant hunting business, and last year's revenues were right around $5 million. We're looking at about a $5.5 million revenue this year. But we have about 15 full-time employees during our year-round season.
Mm-hmm.
But when we go into our hunting season, we have to swell to about over 100.
Yep.
So I wondered if in this market where we're having the hard time of constantly recruiting, if you had any ideas or strategies that we might be able to implement to help us in that process.
Man, I'm a customer, but I'm not sure. I go to a luxury lodge and hunt over in Pierre, over on the other side of the state from you, and it's the exact same scenario of what you guys are doing. That guy is a world-class operator and chef that runs that thing, and I'll steal his secret and tell you what he has done. It's very interesting because it's a very cool model of what he's doing. He has created a hotel and hospitality and hotel degree with the University of Auburn and somebody else, and the kids that are going to get that degree intern with him.
Yeah.
They come up there for work credit, and he's teaching them world-class service in a luxury environment. So it's a really good deal for the kids that are coming in there. They're really getting hands-on stuff, and they're great kids. I've been hunting up there for several years, and they do a great job. So that's how he did it. I don't. Let me think. If you weren't doing, have you tried something like that? You said yeah.
We do. We actually work with Auburn and have several of their interns come in and have worked for us during the season. And you're right. It's a great program, and it's brought us some great kids. A couple of those anyway.
Okay.
One of the things I was thinking about that maybe you could give me some insight is some incentive models. What I'd really love to be able to do is create a almost like you're passing the torch. After you've been with us, you pass the torch of your seasonal position on to the next person, or some sort of incentive bonus or something that allows us to kind of
let the latest batch of interns recruit their replacement and pay them for it.
Exactly.
I like that. I think that's genius. Because $1,000 will save you a ton of money. And that would motivate one of those guys beyond belief.
Sure. The other thing that I was thinking about and wondered if you might have some insight is creating a scholarship program for kids like at a university like that, where if you're with us for a couple of years, you qualify for that program.
I think that's another thing that's a home run. All of that's great. So what we have done in a different setting is we believe that thoroughbreds are who we want, because you can't win the Kentucky Derby, you've heard me say this, with a donkey. And so thoroughbreds run in their off time with other thoroughbreds. So the kids are the same way. These young college students, they don't run around with, if they're a go-getter, they don't run around with some pothead that sits around does nothing, okay? They're running around with other go-getters. They run around with people who get stuff done, and they recognize who you want in the program. And so paying them a referral fee, because thoroughbreds run with other thoroughbreds, they know other thoroughbreds, they can access them a lot more than you or I can. That's a brilliant idea, and certainly the scholarship thing and getting involved. And I don't know if Auburn is the only, I know they're not the only one with a hotel and hospitality degree, but they seem to be the only, apparently you've plugged into the exact same thing my guys plugged into. That Auburn apparently has something that's amazing. I thought he had 2 universities coming in there, but I can't remember who the other one was. But anyway, I check on all that. That's complete. You're way ahead of me on that. I'm not much help. You're telling me how to do it, and you really got a good plan there. The one thing I will add to this is, okay, where do other businesses like yours, what we're looking for is young talent who's passionate about the thing, okay, the hospitality, the hunt. They want to be in this environment, that kind of thing. I assume you've got guides that are coming in with dogs that are seasonal too.
We do,
the lodge I go to. Yeah, I think those guides might be a source for you. And just say, hey, who in the community, do you want to bring along and let them learn this? Because the guides are, they're running the dogs, they're walking the corn in the mill and all that, and so they're running a whole different game. But they know what's going on in the lodge, so that they're not ignorant to what you're pulling off over there. So they probably could be a possible source of leads. But the thing I was going to say before that is, who else? What other industries? And I'll tell you other places I've run into it, and where do young people go to have an adventure in their downtime between semesters or for an internship? Well, it would be snow ski instructor. Okay. Mm-hmm. So where do they get the college guys, their snow ski instructors? Do they take a time off, or are they working on their PE degree of some kind? I don't know what this is. I'm making this up. But, okay, or where do the guys in right around the corner from you there in Montana, when I've gone up there on the rowboats fly fishing, and I've got these young dudes that are fabulous guides, and they come back year after year, and they're in their 20s, but they're passionate about fly fishing. I'm horrible at it, by the way, but they're passionate about even teaching bald guys that are horrible about it, and so, but I've gone to a couple of those things, and they have a lot of repeats. The guides keep coming back. The snow ski instructors keep coming back. The scuba instructor keeps coming back. That's the young guy, the guy that's the dive master at the local scuba shop. These are all things that are similar. Because you end up being a scuba bum or a ski bum or a hunting bum, you can get sucked into the business for life, in other words. And so that's the kind of thing. I'm going to talk to some of those businesses and say, how are they doing it? Because even though they're not competing for the exact same thing, they are in the same space where they've got something that's very seasonal and it's activity-based, and there's an adventure aspect to what you're doing and to what they're doing, and that makes it, what you've got to offer is really fun. I mean, they work their butts off. It's very hard work, but it is not a thing where you come back going, wow, I have no idea what I did. I was bored to death. No, I mean, it's a lot of fun to be out there in the middle of that. And so it sounds like you got a great business, and need to come up and see you guys one of these times, I think. I'd love to do that. So cool, Jessica. Thanks a bunch. Very, very incredible. We're fired up for you. We appreciate who you are. And truthfully, you answered more of this question than I did, but I'll take credit for none of it and let you take all the credit. So, yeah, I stumble around with you looking for ideas, but I think you got really good ones, and you're definitely on the way.